This is just a quick video on the Harbor Freight air compressor. I notice a lot of people are interested in information on this compressor and they want to know whether or not it's a good buy. Well, I purchased this a year ago and I used it on a remodel job and have been using it around the garage. I used it a lot on that remodel job and I never had any problems out of it whatsoever. I want to say I only paid like $135 on this thing because they were having some kind of sale. I can't remember the price. It was either $135 or $235. It paid for itself the first day of the job, so that was a good deal. But I'm gonna fire this thing up and show you how long it takes to air up. This is the 8-gallon, 2 horsepower. It does have trouble starting up when it's really cold. Because of that little valve back in there, you may have to throw some heat on that or put a little drop of oil on it to get it to fire right up. It does have a sight glass oil reservoir, which I do like, and it seems to be a pretty good compressor. I've used it all the time. I do a lot of work here in the shop, and I use this thing almost every day. And if you're wondering whether or not you should buy this thing, the good thing about this is an oil reservoir air compressor. You don't want to buy one of those oilless air compressors. Those do not last. Let me give you an example. This is a Cobalt air compressor and it is oilless. See how that piston's just dry there? There's no oil sump or nothing. It's basically a copper piston and it'll wear away. It has a very short life expectancy. My girlfriend bought me this. Bless her heart. I would never have bought one that's oilless because they just wear out. If I take care of this thing, I could potentially have it for years. So just a thought to bear in mind. I have never seen an oilless air compressor last very long. They're a huge waste of money. Never buy an oilless air compressor. I don't care what brand it is. You want it to have an oil sump or an oil tank. Oil reservoir is what I'm trying to say. Man, I can't talk. This thing's definitely worth it. So let's fire it up. You're going to want to turn the volume down and I'll show you what this thing can do. How long it takes for it to air up. Okay, we're plugged in. Okay, so there we are. It's about how long it took for that to fill up. I'm going to go ahead and drain the compressor to show you at what point it kicks back on, because it needs to kick on as soon as it hits like 110, but you can see there it got down to like 99, 98 psi, which is not the best thing in the world for a nail gun. So it ran the nail gun fine. It's just when you get to sheeting off a roof, you really want an air compressor regulator to kick that pressure on a little bit sooner. And I suppose a guy could take a screwdriver to this thing and adjust that to where it kicks on a little sooner. I personally would want it to kick on as soon as it got down to about 115, which isn't much. It'd constantly be kicking on, but when you're shooting with a nail gun, you kind of need that. So there you have it. Definitely worth it. If you're thinking of picking this thing up, go for it, man. I'm glad I did. I made like $4,500 with this thing. So that kind of rocks. And it still lives to see another day. And many more to come, I hope. I'll post an update when it finally blows up.